I would be remiss if I didn't start also by recognizing the news coming out of India about the protests by farmers. The situation is concerning, and we're all very worried about family and friends. I know that's the reality for many of you. Let me remind you, Canada will always be there to defend the right of peaceful protest. We believe in the importance of dialogue, and that's why we've reached out through multiple means directly to the Indian authorities to highlight our concerns. This is a moment for all of us to pull together, because of COVID and because of everything else as well. We're going to be there to continue to work together as we there to help each other out. And as we think of neighbors helping neighbors, as we have throughout this pandemic, it is really worthwhile to think about Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Years, his government has been forced to negotiate with protesters. Several rounds of talks have been held with no result. And these images show how hard it will be to find a resolution. Yogita Lamai, BBC News, India.
Rally on the farmers' organizations as having committed violence and arson, and there are many other adjectives going around, is harsh and one-sided.
Well, we can see the images for ourselves, and there clearly are violent protests taking place amidst a global pandemic when it's dangerous for people to gather in these sorts of numbers. It puts pressure on the police. The Republic Day celebrations were organised to try and minimise the numbers of the streets in Delhi.
India today called in Canada's High Commissioner to complain about remarks that you made about the farmers' protests in that country. There's warnings that you've damaged relations between India and Canada. I'd like to get your response to that.
Canada will always stand up for the right of peaceful protest anywhere around the world, and we're pleased to see moves towards de-escalation and dialogue.
Are you worried about damaging relations between India and Canada?
Canada will always stand up for the right for peaceful protest and for human rights around the world.
Developing headline as we're on the air this evening, north of the border. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau declaring a national emergency now to end the trucker protests and to halt anyone coming from the U.S. to join the protests.